Hi, I'm Frankie, and I'm 9 years old. I started climbing mountains when I was just 3, and since then, I've already climbed over 900 mountains all around the world. I'm the youngest Brit to summit Mount Olympus in Greece. I've climbed Mount Toubkal, reached Everest Base Camp, and I've even completed the Wainwright's Challenge, not once, but twice. Now I'm on a mission to become the youngest person to climb the highest peak in every European country. Every climb has been a huge adventure, and along the way I've raised thousands for charities while breaking records. But this podcast isn't just about me. It's about other amazing people who do great things, who move the mountains in their own lives, just like I do. So what are you waiting for? Sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. This is Frankie Moves the Mountains, and you can move them too. At Frankie Moves the Mountains podcast, we talk about people who are basically real-life superheroes. Except they don't wear capes because, well, it rains too much here in the Lake District, and soggy capes are a safety hazard. Today's hero is someone you've probably seen if you've ever been anywhere near Wasdale. Seriously, if you've climbed a mountain, eaten a sandwich, or even thought about Scarfell Pike, she's probably already jogged past you. It's the amazing, unstoppable, totally legendary Lindsey Buck, also known as the Wasdale Womble. I didn't make that up, that's her actual nickname. How cool is that? Lindsey is like a mountain ninja who picks up litter faster than I can pick up my socks. She's been cleaning up Scarfell Pike and the whole Wasdale Valley for years. She climbs the mountain almost every single day. Almost every day. She started this huge mission in 2020 to climb Scarfell Pike loads of times, safely of course, and pick up rubbish to help the Wasdale Mountain Rescue team. And guess what? She didn't just clean the place up, she inspired loads of other people to join in. She even ended up on Radio 4 and TV and got a BBC award for making a difference, which she totally does, like, all the time. Now, how did I meet Lindsey? Honestly, I don't even know. If you live in Wasdale and you like mountains, it's basically impossible not to meet her. She's everywhere, like a friendly eco-ghost, but with a bag and a big smile. As someone who loves walking the fells, I've seen Lindsey loads of times, usually halfway up Scarfell Pike. Rain or shine, she's there tidying up the world so the rest of us can enjoy it. And that's why Lindsey is a hero. She teaches us about dedication, perseverance, and how looking after the environment isn't just important, it's something we can all do, even if we're not superhuman mountain climbers. So get comfy, grab a snack, and don't drop the wrapper, and let's meet the one and only Lindsey Buck, the Wasdale Womble, my dear friend. Frankie Moves the Mountains, proudly brought to you by Axiom Joint Venture. Thank you so much for coming today, Lindsey. I'm really excited to have you on my podcast.
That's very kind of you, Frankie. It's nice to see you.
Thank you. Right, let's jump right in to it. Right, so can you just tell everyone a bit about yourself first thing?
So my name's Lindsey Buck. I'm 65. I live in Gosforth and I'm retired, so I spend a lot of time on the fells.
What's your favourite fell?
I love all the high places, but Scarfell Pike's probably my favourite.
Oh, I thought it was Lingmel.
No, I think Scarfell Pike, but I like the route up Lingmel Nose to get onto Scarfell Pike.
So, most days when you're climbing Scarfell Pike, how does it affect day-to-day life?
So I get up in the morning, have breakfast, get on my bicycle usually, or I get a lift with Jim, which I did this morning. And if the weather's good enough, then I go up and down Scarfell Pike. I'm usually back home by mid-morning and then I chill out for the rest of the day.
Nice.
It is.
Right, so is mountain climbing your only sport, or do you do running or anything?
I used to run a lot. I'm not running anymore because my knees don't like it. So I would use the trip up Scarfell Pike as training for the running. So we'd go to fell races at least once or twice a week. So that would be our travelling, exploring different places, all that kind of thing. But because the Pike's on the doorstep, that would be a good training ground for me. So we do quite a lot of that all over, well, England, Ireland, Scotland, Wales. We've done a few foreign races, a bit like yourself with the mountaineering.
Yeah.
It's taken us to nice places we wouldn't have gone to otherwise.
Have you got any like medals in it?
We used to go quite a lot to what they call the Masters, which is the old folks races. So a few
You're not old.
It goes from 35 to 80, so 5-year age categories, running quite often uphill only. So a few sort of team ones from that, yeah.
Yeah. I also quite like cross country. I did my cross country. Got a stitch on the first 100 meters. Still managed to get 10th.
That's really good.
Out of hundreds.
That's really good. I think cross country for me was harder than running on the fells. I think it's unrelenting, and at least with the fell running you've got the views to look at, whereas cross country you've got to be really disciplined, haven't you, to just keep going.
What route do you take up Scarfell Pike?
This morning I went up Mickledore and came down off Lingmal Nose.
Nice, I love Mickledore.
It's usually either on the ascent Mickledore or Lingmal Nose up, and I usually come down the main route across Hollowstones and down Brown Tongue, just because that's the bit that gets messy. So not just me, Mick Pearce goes up all the time cleaning up, and Gord Ritson goes up a lot. So this morning it was quite tidy because Gord and Mick had been up last night. So it's not just me, there's a whole army of people in the valley and on the Pike, but those two really do an enormous amount on the fell itself.
Yeah. Right, so for people that are maybe just starting running or mountain climbing, what tips would you give them?
Do the preparation, learn to read a map and use a compass as well as the tech. Look on Adventure Smart to plan things. If you're not used to it, I would think about using a guide maybe and learn the skills that you need, because quite often people just don't realise what's involved. Make sure you've got the right kit. Doesn't have to be majorly expensive, but you need decent footwear and waterproofs, as you know.
Yeah.
Winter conditions at the moment need to be taken seriously. Don't be afraid to turn back. If you're a group, stay together.
Yeah.
Enjoy it, but if you think it's too much, just turn around and go up another day.
And also, be careful and don't litter, please. Don't litter.
Leave nothing. Yeah, I mean,
it'll save Lindsey a job.
Well, I think it's everyone's job. I think you shouldn't walk past it and not pick up the odd bit, which you do, I know. And also, everything's litter, so you might think that something's going to eat the food you've left, but if it doesn't live up there, just don't leave it. So basically, the message is don't leave anything on the hill.
Yeah, because it's surely heavier to bring up, for example, a bottle of Coke or something.
Yeah, you would think so.
So it's heavier to bring it up. Why not just take it down?
Yeah, and then just if you find any other bits, take that down. But yeah, sheep don't eat banana skins. Or orange peel.
Yeah.
So yeah, that would be the basics of...
Yeah.
So you still fell running? Do you like the fell races as much as the cross country?
I don't believe I might have done a fell race, not that I can remember though. But I like running up fells sometimes. Just dashing off, then waiting for my mum.
So you do fell run, really, don't you?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think I still prefer cross country.
That's fair enough. I think that's really important, that you find what you enjoy and then just follow that.
I think they're pretty similar, but...
Yeah, they go together, don't they?
Yeah. You could have cross country, I feel is more for littler children.
There's a big grown up cross country scene. A lot of people do cross country through the winter to sort of help their fitness. The main difference is probably how much you're going uphill and the fact that with the fell races you have to navigate.
Yeah. On my first cross country, I thought it was a race across the whole country. Literally, because it's cross country. Cross a country.
Well, they do have them, don't they? But yeah. It's usually round around a field, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, sometimes they're pretty big fields.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it's a hard discipline, I think.
I think on my cross country I might have done 2 miles. I don't know. we were meant to do a different route on my cross country. However, it was too muddy and there were trees there. So if someone slipped and fell into a tree, then that would be a
Ouch.
lot of paperwork.
It would definitely not be the best idea, would it?
Yeah. And also, it was up to your ankles, apparently.
I
So,
think that's what makes it hard, isn't it? Cross country is
yeah.
very often extremely deep mud.
Also, another tip for if you're. Oh, wait, never mind. Yeah, so, Lindsay, personally, I think you do a really good job at what you do. Same with Mick and
Good.
God. Yeah. I think that you generally deserved that BBC award. I'm glad you got it. I was the one who nominated you.
That was very kind of you. I think, from my point of view, it's almost like a pat on the back for everybody who just picks stuff up. The wild swimmers in Wasdale also do an awful lot, and the farmers and the locals. A lot of people adopt a little patch that's kind of theirs to look after. And, visitors as well. If I go anywhere at all, I've always got a bag and a pair of gloves, so it's just a habit, really.
Yeah. I was also in the. I was also shortlisted on that same award, wasn't I?
You were well deserved, and I think it was a room full of people who'd done all sorts of interesting and inspiring things, hadn't they? Because it's such a popular mountain and lots of people want to climb it because it's the highest in England. It has so many people that it gets a lot of rubbish left on it. So I just thought I could concentrate on that. And also, I do really love the Fell, but I think because it's England's highest war memorial as well, it's really important to try and keep it clean.
Yeah.
For everybody to enjoy.
Like, literally, I don't see the point of leaving your rubbish. Is there any, anything that you would like to tell people who maybe do leave their litter to maybe, stop or something?
Yeah, I think it's just unacceptable to chuck it on the Fell, out of your car, to leave it anywhere at all. I think none of us want to live in a tip, and it's easy enough just to keep hold of it until you can find a bin.
It's technically just sitting in a bin if there's loads of rubbish in.
If there's a bin, use a bin. If there isn't a bin, just hang on to it until you
just put it in your rucksack.
Yeah. But think about it. I suppose people don't really think about it before they leave, so they take something messy with them, and then they just don't want to take it because it's sticky, or those gel things get very tacky. But yeah, you're absolutely right, Frankie. Just don't leave anything. It's a really, really simple message. And don't throw it out of your car on the way up either. That's kind of a bit of a wind-up.
I know I've said this already, but what's the point of leaving it when, it'll be heavier to carry it up? Why not carry the rubbish down?
I think people just don't think. They're out of their comfort zone. They're doing something which they're not used to, and that it's not what's foremost in their minds. So I agree, it's not acceptable. It's just getting people out and educating them is the biggest thing. We don't get people out to enjoy the countryside, and we don't teach them what they need to know, really.
Yeah. And it's really sad as well that people leave it, because it can also, pretty much kill animals if they eat it.
Absolutely. And things like broken glass, which I think Mick picked up last week, or cans of fish or dog food with sharp edges. If any dog goes near that, they're going to really do themselves some damage. So I think it's just a wider sort of sharing of the countryside code so that people know what to do when they come to the countryside, really.
Yeah, simple message. Pick up your litter.
Or just don't leave it in the first place. And if you can pick the odd bit up, it really, really helps.
Yeah. Right, so should people be having fires either?
No, they shouldn't, because the risk of wildfire is huge. A lot of the valley is a triple SSI, so there's a reason it's a site of special scientific interest. So to look after it, people should only really be camping where they're allowed. So above the fell wall is tolerated but not actually legal. Anywhere just parked up isn't okay. It impacts on the valley too much.
Yeah, next to the Wasdale Lake. Once there was 5 people there, and we were coming back from a Wasdale fundraiser event, and it was pretty much night. And then we just had to start knocking on people's tents and asking them to pick up their stuff and leave.
I think the thing is that's education as well, though. People think that, national park, you can come and do what you want, you can explore it, you can stay wherever you want. And that's just telling people before they visit what you can and can't do. You know, come and visit, come and have a lovely time, but please use a campsite. Don't have fires on ground which is vulnerable to wildfire, and don't leave stuff. And leave it nice for everybody else. The wildlife needs the valley to be quite nice and empty
Yeah.
at night, and the view isn't enhanced by having it full of vehicles which, you know, really shouldn't be there.
Yeah. So yeah, thanks for that. Now I'm going to move on to a few set questions that I messaged you.
Fine, fair enough, Frankie. Fire away.
Right, so that's actually in part of one of my questions.
Go on.
Right, so children dream big. My dream is to climb to the top of Mount Everest. What was your biggest dream when you were a child?
When I was a child, I had a lot to do with horses. So we lived in the Oxfordshire countryside and we had ponies and horses, and I wanted to be a top-class event rider, which I didn't become. I worked with horses for quite a long time and I looked after them, so I did get to travel abroad with them. But what I hadn't realised was that that would mean years and years later I'd have the opportunity to do something similar on the fell. So although I didn't achieve the first dream, it kind of had a bit of a side shoot into a second, if that makes sense.
Yeah. What was your greatest memory from your childhood? Close your eyes. What is the first childhood memory which comes to your mind? And you have to close your eyes.
Being outside, running about, having lots of animals, horses, dogs, sheep, cows, the odd pig, chickens, a huge amount of freedom. We lived sort of really very, very rurally, and I was really lucky to have that childhood. But yeah, being outside basically, I think, and enjoying being outside. A bit like yourself, but without the big hills. We didn't have the big hills, but we did have the freedom to just run about and enjoy ourselves.
Yeah. I generally think that that children just get addicted to screens and then they just...
I agree with you, and I think adults do as well, and that disconnect of tech. I mean, I don't like tech.
I mean, like, children isn't as bad as adults, but it's still pretty bad.
I agree with you. I think it's interesting talking to younger adults are quite aware of the downside of screens. But yeah, I mean, that's why I like a map and compass. I've got like an AirTag thing so Jim knows where I am on the hill, but I haven't got a phone of my own. I borrow Jim's, but the tech and the way it kind of takes over I don't think it's ideal for anybody really.
I mean, I have an iPad, but I don't go on it that... Well, I go on it... I don't go on it as much as other kids, but every day I go on it for at least 10 minutes.
There's a huge amount of good things about the tech. I mean, as you know, the
navigation...
navigation...
It can be educational
Educational, using it for navigation, even sharing, you know, with the rubbish thing, we share on WhatsApp groups what people are doing, so no one feels isolated. Everybody knows lots of other people are doing it. But I think to be on your phone or whatever all the time, for people mentally and physically, probably isn't very good for them.
Yeah. Well, yeah, so like children isn't as bad. I mean, it happens, but then adults, no.
Well, people don't seem to realise that it's no good telling the children not to do something that they do all the time themselves.
Yeah.
You know, we had an outdoor... Okay, the tech didn't exist then, but I've got nieces and nephews and great nieces and nephews, and they spend a lot of time out on walks, going to the beach, running
Like
about
me.
outside. Absolutely like you, yeah, which is good. But the sad thing is that not everybody gets that opportunity. You know, some people don't have that access to being outside, and that's really sad.
Yeah. As this is Frankie Moves the Mountains podcast, I have to ask you this question. What is your favourite mountain and why? I've already asked, I know it's Scarfell Pike.
I like Scarfell Pike because it's...
But just say another reason why.
Because it's different every day. You know, it doesn't matter how many times you go up. I think I'm on 270 this year and 2,000 since 2011, and I still love it. There are still times when it looks different, or I see something I haven't seen before, and I meet some really, really interesting people up there as well. So, and I usually have it to myself. The summit was empty this morning. I didn't see anybody till I got back down again. So I just love being there, and the more I do it, the more I like it.
Yeah. Because no matter what day it is, the weather's never going to be the exact same.
No, it isn't. It's...
Even if it's in the same season, same week, same...
Even day to day, the
Day.
views. Yeah, the view is different every day, really, I think.
Yeah.
And it's a treat. And you get all the days when there's snowy, when you'll know you can see for miles. You could see Scotland this morning across the Solway, and then you'll get days when all you can see is the lichen on the rocks and not much else.
Yeah. Question for me. Is there any question you would like to ask me? Fire away.
I would. I'd like to ask, as well as wanting to go up Everest, have you got any other dreams, either big or small, that are...
I quite want to do the 7 summits. But also I have this plan that I made. Actually, no, I'm not even going to mention that because I've said that in loads of my other podcasts.
Okay, well, what do you like to do when you're not on the hills? What's your favourite thing to do at home?
I actually quite like doing Lego. At home, I've got a massive 1,536 or something piece Lego set. I finished it in like 1 week, but I would have done it in like 3 days. Except because you know that they come in little bags.
Yeah.
There was spares. I didn't think I was going to use them, so I put them in a bin, which luckily didn't have any gross things in. So in the end, I had to tip out the bin. I came honest to my mum. I'm not sure my dad even knows about this. I mean, my mum might have told him. So we tipped out the bin, got the pieces, and yeah.
I found a
made
little
it.
tiny Lego man on the pike a couple of years ago. My nephew is very much into Lego, so it lives now down in Wales. He didn't look right just sitting there on his own. But that's good because that's using your head, and you can... It's something which isn't active when you're very active on the hill, so it's a good balance, I would imagine, isn't it?
And also, if you pick up things on the mountain, you can also reuse them. Because I've got a pair of holy socks at home that are turned into gloves.
These socks I have on today I found on the fell.
Oh.
So, and the clothes get washed and go to the charity shop. Anything valuable I put on Cumbria Lost and Found so that you try and reunite it with the person who lost it. The cans go to air ambulance, so they get collected and somebody in mountain rescue picks them up, so they do something useful. The bottles get recycled. I find the odd bit of food which ends up on our dinner plate, which Jim always knows because he does the shopping. Where did this come from? I found it. So yeah, we try really hard to recycle as much as we possibly can.
Yeah. Right, so finally, what's a quote or saying or like a quote or saying or a life motto? What would it be?
I haven't really got one because I think every day is different. But as far as the rubbish is concerned, the army have a saying which is the standard you walk past is the standard you accept. So I kind of think if you walk past thinking, oh, it looks a terrible mess, but you don't pick anything up, that's not ideal. So it's easy just to think, well, I could make a difference. Doesn't have to be a big difference. Lots of people doing a small amount is much more effective than one person doing lots. So that will be mine, I think.
Right, so thank you so much for coming, Lindsey. It was really good. Can you just give people a quick shout, quick shout to pick up their rubbish?
Yeah, thanks, Frankie. Thanks for letting me speak. Yeah, it would just be don't leave anything at all. And if you could just pick the odd bit up, it really, really makes a difference. If everybody just picks up one piece, it really, really helps.
Yeah, and don't put it on the ground in the first place.
That's the thing. Yeah, and don't throw it out of your car.
Yeah.
Just hang on to it. That would be great.
Well, I mean, if you're good at trick shots and you see a bin, then...
Yeah, just come and enjoy the countryside. And, everywhere, towns, doesn't matter where you are, just hang on to your rubbish, pick the odd bit up, really helps.
Yeah. Right, so thanks for coming.
You're more than welcome, Frankie. Thank you very much.
Bye.
See you.